Damn it. Just about the time I'm ready to record, I got the sun again. So hey everybody, it's TR here from the comfort of my desk, and I'm kind of filling in a hole that created. I was on a 2-day road trip from northwest Arkansas back to Tucson here just last weekend, as a matter of fact. And I thought that would be a great opportunity to kind of record and reminisce about 2017 and kind of put together a best of video for it. I started recording on the trip when I had about 990 miles to go. That's kind of why I decided to call it 990 miles. But what happened was that I had a chip fill up, and so I had to stop and replace the chip, and that chip's disappeared. I have turned my car inside out, upside down. I can't find it. So I'm going to fill in the brief little bits that I didn't get on the best of 2017, or it's 990 miles to go in the year. I left winter quarters in Arizona on the end of March last year and went up to Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. That was a stopping point for my trip to the Trinity Test Site. If you don't know, the Trinity Test Site is where they set off the first atomic bomb. Hey everybody, it's TR here. I'm on the road into the Trinity Test Site, going on to the White Sands Missile Range. I've been wanting to visit that site for a long time. I've been a history buff around atomic energy and atomic bombs and so on and so forth for quite a long time. So it's been on my list of places to visit, and I got to go there this year. They only have an open house twice a year. It's April 1st and October 1st. And it's quite the drive out there from Truth or Consequences. I think it was 80 miles. But I made the full loop that day and went clear down to White Sands and got my first visit to White Sands. Okay, we're headed into White Sands National Monument. And then from Truth or Consequences, I headed over to the Gila Cliff Dwellings. That's over by Silver City to the west of Truth or Consequences. And I had been there in the 80s, and I really wanted to go back because I have a much better camera and wanted to get some photos and video of that area, and I did. Hey everybody, TR here. I'm coming to you from the Gila Cliff Dwellings. Pretty amazing place. I was first here in 1981. I took a little cross-country trip and wound my way down here through Mexico and happened to cross through this corner of the state and visited this place and got to go back again today. It's one of the few monuments where you can actually walk through the dwellings. I saw this really cool old barn as I was driving into the cliff dwellings, and so I had to stop and get a photo of that. From there, the plan was to head up to Santa Fe and help a friend of mine who's building a cabin up there. He wanted some help with his electrical, but unfortunately the weather turned really nasty, and I really didn't want to take Rusty up into the snow. And he told me that it was probably pretty impossible to get into his cabin with all the snow they'd had in the last couple of days. So with the bad weather, I decided to head back to the south and ended up going back into Arizona to Benson, where I hung out with the Newmar Country Club full-timers and the Arizona chapter of the country club. The country club is just an association of Newmar owners, and they get together. There's a group that's a full-timers that, like myself, live in their RVs full-time. So that takes us up to where the footage starts again, and that's when I've left Arizona to head up to my dad's and hang out with him. It was pretty interesting. I think I was there 5 or 6 weeks, and in that time I think it got 20 inches of rain. I was teasing my dad I didn't need to leak test the roof on Rusty, but we got plenty of rain, and it was really cold and dreary, and yeah, it's Arkansas. So that pretty much filled in the hole. I'm gonna pick this up now. I'm on I-40. I got about 750 miles or so to go. Just about to cross into Texas, and just reminiscing about how long I stayed at my dad's. One thing about Texas, there's a lot of long, straight roads. Anyway, where was I? Went to my dad's, hung out with him for, let's see, 5 or 6 weeks. I was sitting here trying to think of how long that was. Must have been 6 weeks. Maybe, well, let's call it 5, just to be safe, so I don't get called out on it. From northwest Arkansas, I took US 65 north up through Branson and actually got a windshield replaced in Rusty. Picked up 3 really bad rock chips the fall before out in Idaho, and so I needed to get that repaired. And I thought they did a pretty good job, gave them a pretty good rating on Google, but in the actuality, it turns out that windshield looks like a sieve, and I've had a hell of a time trying to get it fixed. Still going to work on that. That's on my things to do in 2018 list. So out to St. Louis I went from my dad's in Branson, Missouri. While I was in St. Louis, I went over and visited the Missouri Botanical Garden. Well, hey everybody, it's TR here, and I'm coming to you from the Missouri Botanical Gardens today. Arguably one of the best botanical gardens in all of America. The displays there, they just go on forever. I could spend a couple, 3 days there, and I really only had an afternoon to spend, but it was worth it. It was fun. Got to see some really fun stuff there, and got quite a few pictures. Hung out with some good friends of mine. Steve Muchler, went over to his house, and then went out and had a really nice steak dinner with him. And got over to the office of the engineering company that I used to work for, and got to reconnect with some old friends in the St. Louis office, and went out and had lunch with Jim Bearden, who was an employee and a good friend of mine. My main plan for the summer was just to knock off some states that I hadn't been to. North and South Dakota were on that list, and so I was actually headed towards North Dakota, but I stopped off in Taylorville, Illinois, to see some more friends of mine that I had met at the All Good Music Festival in 2012. Neil and Liz Garrison and their lovely kids. Boy, I'll tell you, in the last 40 or 50 miles, the temperature's gone up 30 degrees. As soon as the sun came out, it warmed right up. I've been running in temps around 30 most of the day, but it's already up to 66 out there right now. The plan was I was going to leave Taylorville, Illinois, and then head up the east side of Iowa, pick up 380, and then head north through Cedar Rapids and up through there, and that's where I blew the motor. Well, I wouldn't say I really blew the motor. That's where the valve broke, and ended up costing me 30 grand to get the engine repaired. You know, that's the chance you take when you have a full-time RV life and an older RV. I highly recommend that if you can get the vehicle insurance, because in that case, as one of my viewers noted, he would have paid $1,000 for that motor. Unfortunately, my coach is too old and has too many miles on it to qualify for the Good Sam mechanical insurance. I have Good Sam roadside assistance, and it's been a godsend, I'll say that. Well, basically, I ended up killing another 3 weeks or so in Cedar Rapids. I left the coach in Cedar Rapids at the Freightliner dealer up there, and motored back to my dad's. It's about 500 miles back to my dad's. I figured, well, I might as well stay there for the 10 days I knew it was going to take him to swap that motor. So it was back to dad's. Well, by the time I got out of Iowa, I'd lost too much time, and I had to cut my trip short, so I didn't make it up to North Dakota. According to everybody I talked to, I didn't miss much, but it's still on my life list. I want to get up there and check it out. So I'm headed over to South Dakota, and I got to check out Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse, and then went down to the Custer State Park, and got to get up close and personal with some buffalo. That was pretty interesting and a lot of fun. Hey everybody, it's TR here, and a good morning. It's early on a Friday morning, and we're headed into Mount Rushmore today. Here we are at Mount Rushmore. There you see the monument behind me. We're on the Presidential Terrace. I walked out around the Presidential Trail. Well, I'm just on the outskirts of Amarillo right now, and I'm starting to pick up a bunch of Amarillo traffic. So I always try to make these videos when I'm in the cockpit, if you will, in a safe manner. I'm going to sign off for a few minutes here while we make our way through Amarillo, which, by the way, is rush hour, 4:30 on a Friday afternoon, so I'm expecting quite a bit of traffic delays. And also, they've had Interstate 40 through Amarillo torn up since 2013 that I know of. So, add road construction and rush hour and all that together, this could take me a while to get across Amarillo. Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Traffic wasn't too bad. It slowed down a little bit, but all in all, we slipped through Amarillo pretty easily. I'm going to have a battery replenishment issue here in a minute. I remember one time I was calling to get support on a camera that wouldn't charge. And when the technician finally got on the line and we got to talking, that's what he called it, was that battery replenishment issue. Out in South Dakota, I stayed in Deadwood, which again was pretty centrally located to the places that I wanted to go. So hey everybody, it's TR and welcome to wonderful Wyoming. We're headed over to see the Devil's Tower today. Quite an amazing thing, this Devil's Tower, sitting right out here. And it has quite a bit of religious significance to the Native Americans in the area, and there's quite a lot of folklore around it, including the infamous Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where Richard Dreyfuss has a vision and incessantly tries to build the model of the Devil's Tower in his living room. So that'll wrap it up from Devil's Tower. Oh, look at that, we got us some, looks like antelope. Just down here in the little valley. I'll get turned around and see if we can get some video of them. So that's it, everybody. We're checking out of South Dakota. I tend to do that is I'll drive to a place and spend a week or 10 days or whatever, and just use one place as my base of operations, so I'm not moving the RV around. It's so much easier that way. and you get to see a whole lot more too. But I am just about out of battery, so I think I'll wrap it up for now until I can get to the next rest area, wink wink, and I'll get a fresh battery in. GR back in New Mexico now. We're about halfway through the trip here. About 9 hours to go, about 614 miles. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet. I think I might stop off at Santa Rosa and then take 54, excuse me, 54, just 54 south. That'll take me down through Alamogordo, and I can stop off at White Sands that way. And so I think that might be what I'm going to do, is I'll stop up here at Santa Rosa, New Mexico, which is about 77 miles, and see if I can pick up a room, and then we'll pick it up again tomorrow morning, and bright and squirrely, and head for White Sands. We'll stop off there, and we'll spend an hour or two there, and then head on back to Tucson. So the light's about gone, and it's probably time to really start to pay attention, because this is the kind of country where you get deer and various critters crossing the road at night, and that can cause